man, now it's rumors of Errol Spence, moving up. You hear Fred say Tony Harrison, and he can move up after his next fight or his next move. We could be moving up. I'm pretty sure, I got a feeling we're going to hear something by Saturday, unless something get delayed. And at the end of the day, if he do decide to move, let's say he smoked Keith Thurman in 4 rounds, stay on this, whoever it is, right? Outside of Terrence Crawford. Welterweight legacy is incomplete. And it might not be no fault of his own, but then again, like I said before, he signed to Al Heyman. So you know what you get when you sign with Al Heyman. If you don't know now, you didn't know, you don't know now you know. You see what's going on. But, obviously, people going to try to call, say he was the best of his era because he fought Keith Thurman, and that's fine, but incomplete. Could he have beat Terrence Crawford? Probably so. Can't say he couldn't have. Never denied the talent. I just didn't think he was as fundamental as people making him seem. But, like I said, it's heartache and pain at 54. High risk, low reward, Jamel, I heard something about Jamel. I don't know, man. They still talking about if he gonna move up. Obviously, Spence moving up, it's imminent that he eventually moving up. But Jamel didn't get the names. Lara, Canelo, all fights that should have been made. Didn't want to fight Lara. Canelo chose to go with James Kirkland. Didn't fight Jared Hurd. He was talking about some drug test concerns there from Team Hurd, who allegedly was there. So, three names. Demetrius Andrade wasn't his fault, his own, but shit, you somebody who never touched the world title and you making more money than champion. I really can't complain with Demetrius Andrade logic there. But you can't complain with some of the moves he made, after that. So four fights that, could have, made his run. They can say undisputed and all that type of stuff, but he don't have the name on the resume. And for Spence, you look at the landscape, and he's like him and Crawford still could fight at 54. You hear Bernie say Crawford willing to chase him wherever he go. Who gives a flying F at this point, man? If it don't happen this year, I really don't care. Look, Fondora, which don't look all too impossible right now, but Fondora look like one of them guys that fight up and down to his competition. So you talking about Fondora. You're not gonna fight Jamil Charlo, which would be big. Tony Harrison, Erickson Lubin, none but high risk there. Unless Tim Tszyu beat Jamil Charlo. Castanos, Vitamin M. And nothing there to crack the code, but the ultimate goal is Canelo Alvarez. His name was in a 3-fight deal to fight Canelo Alvarez, going back to the negotiations right before the Caleb Plant fight last year. So if Canelo Alvarez said the Plant fight, he's going to do a 3-fight deal, what was it? Plant, Benavidez, Errol Spence. Errol Spence would have been going into a fight with Canelo right now, or he would have been going to fighting Canelo in 2023 because of the injury. So it wouldn't have been no Terrence Crawford. They probably would at least let Spence go up to 54, probably get a belt, had Jamel drop the belt, get a belt. He would have probably been rolled into a mandatory defense or a tune-up if Canelo still had got injured on this quote-unquote timeline. And then he would have been turned around and find Canelo May or September this year. Or, maybe even, maybe Canelo stick around, or maybe December this year. So, people tend to ignore the facts. The writing been on the wall. And I broke that news. Don't forget, I broke that news that he was in the 3-fight Canelo plan. I said that months, probably 6 months or a year before TGB revered Tom Brown revealed it. Don't forget that. Don't short me. I said that to begin with. And it was Plant, Benavidez, and Errol Spence. So I didn't know per se the catch weight, but yeah. So I told y'all, and the plan was for him to fight Pacquiao and get out of Dodge. And, I ain't want to dish out karma or nothing like that. I want to draw the lines. That's why shit keep happening to his ass. He know why it keep happening to him. You know why. Because he moving funny. He know, man. And the world gonna balance itself out. Trust me. You might not always see people get their karma, but they dealing with it. So the plan, and I've been told y'all the plan was they was going. I forget who told me this. That they was going to announce this fight November 5th, and it was going to be at AT&T Stadium, Jerry Road, Dallas, Arlington. It was going to be there. And people know who watch my channel. I've been said that, bro. I said, well, that's a rumor that they saying it's out there. Now we getting there. You hearing things starting to leak. So I told y'all, Al Heyman, he told the person who leaked that audio. With him talking about me get people on my back and all that, the person who leaked that audio, if you listen to the audio good enough, especially the version that whole ass ego cleaned up, you can tell who it is. If you really pay attention, you can tell who it is. And it's another phone call. I don't know if he recorded it. It's another phone call in which he said, well, Al Heyman don't want me to fight Crawford. He want me to fight Thurman, but I ain't fighting Thurman. Yada, yada, yes, yada, yada, that. It's another version out there. Where he said, I don't know if he recorded it, but apparently he recorded the shit that he's saying. He said that. And I know all these receipts, bro, so it ain't like I'm just speculating. I'm not speculating, dude. These are the receipts. This been in works. The ultimate, he told Errol Spence, out of Errol Spence's mouth, he told the person who leaked that audio that Al Heyman said he got a plan to get all the money back that he blundered off. And it sounded like that. Now, this is me speculating. And it sounded like the plan was for him to go in there and fight Canelo. That's the speculating part. And to get a lot of that money back. He never wanted to fight Terence Crawford. Never wanted to do a fair deal with Terence Crawford. None of that shit. Because you can't do Terence Crawford, Canelo. Crawford can't go up that high. They never intended to give him Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. They never intended him to give him Jermell Charlo instead of Errol Spence. Because then they make Errol Spence look bad. How can we make a deal with Jermell Charlo and not Errol Spence? They're not gonna hand the division over to either division over to Terence Crawford. They never planned to fight that man. And I know, and it's hard for me to explain it to y'all because y'all don't have no knowledge on the inside. But this shit came from the nigga mouth. Had it been coming from Crawford, I'd be like, man, well, this is what he's saying, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I don't know. This is what he's saying, man. It came from the nigga mouth. And coming from PBC mouth, you can look at TGB promotion, what he said, Tom Brown. The plan was on Boxing Scene, Plant Benavidez, Errol Spence, bro. And I reported that way before he said that. Way before he, so the plan was to fight Pacquiao, in my opinion, and get the hell up out of there. At least give us Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. Jesus Christ. And Jermell Charlo is supposed to be going up there and have been taking on the Montiel, and Carlos Adames winner. I'm going to tell y'all this too. Y'all got to wait. But before I said Foden and Neri supposed to be fighting, is the rumor. So I meant to say that the other day. But yeah, the rumor is he's supposed to go fight Errol Spence. I mean, he was supposed to, whatever the hell I just said. Spence was supposed to, Charlo was supposed to move up fight Montiel and Adames for the his brother vacant WBC belt. That was a rumor earlier this year, so I don't know exactly what's happening with Jamal and all that type of stuff. But yeah, that was a rumor that was floating around earlier this year. So yeah, at the end of the day, dog, this been the plan, man. Al Heyman control their careers, bro. And when Al Heyman wanna flex his dictatorship, he can. But when he flexes, it's never convenient for the fighter. I mean, it's never convenient for the fans. It's never convenient for the fans. They had no intentions on making this fight. And Bob Arum got to credit this L to itself because he still could have had Terence Crawford, right? Obviously, you still want to work with Terence Crawford. Motherfucker, you lost all this money on, but you still want to work with him. You lost Terence Crawford because you out of your own mouth. Yesterday, I was lying. Today, I'm telling the truth. You don't know when you lying and telling the truth. Terence Crawford had to go find out the hard way that Fat Meat Greasy, they couldn't make the fight. Bob Arum saying, well, Bob Arum, if he had a promoter, nigga, he did have you for an amount of years. And when you was discussing Fury and Wilder, why weren't you trying to discuss that fight? Like he said, they didn't want to fight. Move on. Crawford, Errol Spence is moving up. Move on. They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. And it's as simple as that. The only way you're going to get that fight if you fight that nigga in the street. Only way. You want to go chase him to 54 and chase him around and make him vacate belts and all that shit, dude? You got to understand. Anybody versus Terrence Crawford is going to control the media because you don't speak to the media, bro. You ain't even said nothing about the Alvarez fight, right? You ain't said nothing. You speak through your sister, you speak through Steven Nelson, you speak through Bo Mack. And maybe for Black Prime, he'll do exclusive interview to boost the fight about what actually happened, which would be smart. But if we don't get your side of the story, I mean, you ain't gonna get the benefit Al Heyman get. So if we don't get your side of the story and we gotta speculate and go through other people, they control the media. Maybe you don't care. A lot of people be at peace with the truth. They ain't got to convince everybody else what's the truth, what's false. And a lot of people just be at peace with that shit. So they ain't going to do this convincing and nothing like that, whatever. A lot of people just be at peace, but him moving up at the end of the day, I don't want to watch you talking about none of that shit no more, bro. They announced the Keith Thurman fight. I mean, it is what it is. They announced Theonis. They announced Boots. They announced Tony Harrison. You know, only way I'd be excited if they announced Terrence Crawford or they announced Jermell Charlo. That's it. But at the end of the day, man, nobody else feeding Errol Spence family but Errol Spence. So, you know, I got to respect you got to do what you got to do for your family. But, you know, y'all losing fans by the day. Y'all gonna be happy till y'all got no fans left. Now you can go with this shit, boxing will never die. Baseball will never die. Boxing, the hell with it. The hell with it. But that's their legacy gonna be. That's what their legacy gonna be. But, you know, he should have been moved up years ago. But 47 got high risk, low reward. That's why Charlo don't get no credit from casual fans and on pound for pound list. He didn't fight that name. Hurd, Lara, Andrade. Hurd, Lara, Andrade. There was one more. Canelo. Didn't get them names. So, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the Welterweight Boxing Talk playlist. Peace.